Good morning, everyone. As you can see, it's a little dark behind me. That's because the weather outside's appalling, and it's still very early. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I try and do these things before I come into work. There's just a couple of points that I'd like to draw your attention to this week. Firstly, is by my recollection, next week is the last session. Doesn't it go quick? So, I'll want to be seeing the drafts of your essays. I've put some essays in the essay bank there for you to take a look at. Don't let me see the first draft is the one that I'm going to mark. I mean, even if you do that, there probably won't be much problem in most cases. But still in all, you know what? Give us a peep. Give us a peep. I note that only 3 times that this YouTube film has only been seen 3 times. I can tell these things by looking at the statistics on YouTube, and I wonder why people aren't looking. It's relatively straightforward. And I asked this question as a sort of online course designer. Why would you not? Anyway, maybe this can come up at evaluation. Sarah makes an excellent point in one of her letters to me that the skill stat, the rhythm simulator, you can't really see it in Firefox. Really, you've got to look at it in Internet Explorer. I don't know why it is. The reason why I know this is that I had exactly the same problem on my machine, and I contacted the manufacturers of SkillStat, and they told me that it's something to do with Firefox. So if you get a chance, take a look at SkillStat in Internet Explorer. It will come out at normal size, I promise. Incidentally, I used the SkillStat rhythm simulator to do a small research piece on educating people at home in rhythm simulation, rhythm recognition, and I got some great results. I got, on average, people got 80% correct on average about 40%, in about 40 minutes worth of study. But could I get anybody interested in publishing this research study? People came up with all sorts of. I think the idea was that the sample was too small because we only had about 20 people enrolled. But even so, I think that's a pretty decent sample and a pretty decent thing to do. But nobody was interested in it. The last point that I want to draw your attention to today is Dorian's pretty damn impressive, if you don't mind me saying, Dorian, accounts of pacemaker codes. Boy, you can see the experience there crackling through. And I wonder, Dorian, where your affection for dealing with patients with pacemakers actually came from. It's just, pacemaker code seems to be an awful esoteric element of coronary care nursing. And what made you take, I wonder, to learning this sort of stuff by heart? But first class, absolutely first class summary. I couldn't really improve on that, and very well expressed as well, by the way. So nice one. So for the rest, I haven't really got much more to say. To add to what I said last time, because frankly speaking, I've only had 2 communications from you, and I've commented on both of those. So keep it up. Send me your drafts. Send me your suggestions for future courses. I'm busy at the moment doing a similar course in structure, in design, online course in ethics and law for paramedics. We're about to start doing a paramedics course. And I'm busy going around interviewing people on ethical issues as they relate to the paramedic service. The other one that I'm trying to get online at the moment is a module in vascular surgical nursing. And my one on heart failure, my module on heart failure is now seven lessons finished. I've got the 8th coming up on Friday, exercise and heart failure. And when I send out the adverts for the online heart failure course, I rather anticipate that I will be inundated with requests. Incidentally, the person who I will be interviewing for the heart failure course is also the author of the set textbook, which is Heart Failure, a Clinical Nursing Approach by Christopher Nicholson. So I rather anticipate that there'll be a lot of interest in that. So you watch this space, everybody, and we'll see how things go. Listen, lovely to speak to you again. Pouring down with rain. Where were you when you found out that Edward Kennedy died? I was here talking to you. Bye now.